What's happening, people? I'm here and I'm back in the kitchen again, but there's no food on this video. This is just going to be a rundown of the videos you've just watched over the last 8 or 9 days where I went to Caleta de Fuste. Now, it's probably, what is it, a week? I've been home a week now. So we're also going to do some comments from the videos, and I'll give you my opinion on camera, because sometimes it's a bit hard to portray your tone when you're replying and things like that. Sometimes if you could just say no or yes, I don't know, it just seems a bit abrupt. So obviously, if it's on camera, I'll go through some of the comments, because there's some funny ones, there's some light-hearted banter ones, and some abusive ones. But it doesn't bother me. It's water for ducks backs for me. I don't care. Keep commenting, keep sharing, keep putting it out there. Anyway, this video is mainly about how much it costs, because I did realise I was planning on telling you in the room review how much the room actually cost on its own, but it must have just slipped my mind. I was doing trying to do 2 or 3 videos a day so I could get a few days off at Christmas with my family. So I've taken some notes. So as you saw on that first video, the first flight video, when we went from Leeds Bradford Airport over to Fuerteventura, that cost £14.99. That was the total price. Now, I didn't book a seat on the way there, on the way back either actually, but obviously extra baggage and extra seats and things like that, and fast track security and all that is all added on top. I just booked the cheapest option, and I don't book a seat. The only problem with that is you can't check in until 24 hours before your flight. You can't check in like a week early. If you want to check in a week early, you're gonna have to book an allocated seat. So that's how they get you with these Ryanair flights, but they generally seem to be the cheapest. Also, because I booked it through a third party, I had to pay 59 cents to verify my identity. That's a new thing. I've never done that before, but that's a new thing with Ryanair. But I have just got an email today, actually, saying, not apologising as such, but obviously it's a marketing email, let's be honest. They're saying, as you booked it because you have to pay that 59 cents, we'll give you 20% off your next flight if you book it within a certain time frame. So it might be going away again soon. They might have got me with that marketing email, but yeah, I'm not sure if that happens all the time, so that's another story. Okay, so the hotel, 4 nights in the Castillo Beach Club. Now I do want to just clear a few things up. Although that video is by far and away the best viewed video from the week. I think it's over 10,000 views now. That's because I did join a Facebook group before I went, and on the video, like I mentioned on the video, I read that people were getting robbed. There were cockroaches in the room. It was all old and tattered and torn. And then I got there and we're expecting it to be a bit of a bad place to stay, if I'm honest. But then I got there and I had this lovely room, nice kitchen. Yes, the furniture was a bit dated, but nothing compared to what I've been reading on this Facebook group. I was pretty shocked. So then I did that. I did my video as always, and I could only give my opinion on the room I was staying in, and obviously I showed you guys. But then I went down to the bar in the complex, and I met a couple there from Stoke. I can't remember the names. I apologise if they're watching, because they did take my video channel. And the woman showed me videos of their room, and it was bad. There was all damp everywhere. There was a wooden beam across the bath which was mouldy and falling apart, and they basically went to stay there and then booked a different place just up the road. Now, they didn't complain until the end of their holiday, so I don't know how that's gone for them, because I didn't stay in contact. But if you are watching this video, I do remember you and I have mentioned it, and yeah, get in the comments and let me know. Did you get your money back? Did you get a refund? I'm not sure. I would have complained initially straight away, obviously after I've done my video. But yeah, so the horror stories are not necessarily untrue. It just wasn't my experience there. So I think what they're doing in the complex is rows and rows and rows of these 1-bedroom bungalows and apartments, and I think they're actually refurbishing them 1 row at a time. So it's going to take some time, because it's quite a big complex. So maybe I just got lucky with a refurbished one. Who knows? I may go back again next year, because I absolutely love Caleta de Fuste. absolutely love Fuerteventura, and it's always one of the cheapest places to go in the winter. So we will see. Maybe I'll make it an annual December trip. What do you reckon of that? Okay, so that hotel, 4 nights I stayed there, and it was £105.89 per night, which is £26.50 a night. That is an absolute bargain. You can't get a grotty B&B in Blackpool for that. That is an absolute bargain for my room. I must stress, for my room. It was absolutely perfect, my room. Obviously, you saw the room review. If you haven't, I'll link it at the end of this. It's I was literally 10 steps away from the pool and the poolside bar. Some nice people in there. They have Sky Sports on in there. Well, football. It's the Spanish version of Sky Sports, so you can watch football in there. Great beer deals. Two beers for €5 in there in the tropical bar. Poolside. I couldn't fault it. Now, obviously, that's just my experience. Maybe I go again early next year, and if I don't get the same sort of bungalow, maybe I have some bad experience and maybe it makes a better video. But I was very, very happy with the hotel. The flight home was £32.25. Obviously, you guys saw that video yesterday. Now, why is it always more expensive to come home? We're going to go through some of the comments in a bit because I've got some interesting theories on why it's double the price to come home. But even at £32, it's still an absolute bargain. So, transfers. Now, obviously, I had the good fortune of meeting a bus driver for a transfer that let me on for free. So I know I did call it I scammed my way on. I wasn't trying to scam anyone. I would never do that. I thought it was the actual bus service, but it was a transfer. And he said, "I'm going to the hotel. Just get on. You're all right because it's only you." The coach was nowhere near full, so I had the good fortune. On the way to Leeds Bradford, from Bradford, I went to the airport on the Otley Flyer. That was £2. I wasn't really going to count that, but yeah, it is what it is. The taxi from Castillo Beach Club to Fuerteventura Airport. Now, obviously, there is a bus, so you can budget this a bit better if you wanted, but I just got carried away on that last day. After my Mackies, I walked on the beach and just like enjoying the sun. I mean, you can see I started to rush up the hill a bit. You see a bit of a sweat on before we got in that taxi. But that was well, I give him €20. I think it was €16.60. But I let him keep the change, €20. So that's about £17.20. Not too bad. Very convenient. I met the Italian driver. He told me a few places to go in Milan. I tried to film what I could in the back of the car, but it was a bit dark. But yeah, on the other side at Leeds Bradford, that's the only problem with Leeds Bradford. It's a little bit awkward to get home, especially on public transport, if at late at night. Now Manchester, I believe it's not on Saturday nights anymore, but Manchester Airport, you can get trains all the way through the night. But Leeds Bradford's a bit more awkward. So my beautiful sister picked me up from the airport, which was fantastic, and I just paid the £6 airport car parking fee because she must have been there a while. But I did hear some people talking on the plane that there is an hour free parking somewhere in Leeds Bradford Airport. I'm not sure, but it's paying £6 or £8 or whatever it was is miles better than having to faff about with an Uber or public transport to get back home. So the total was £178.40 all in, with the flights, the hotel, the transfers, and getting there and back this side and that side. That for 4 nights in Collective Force. The weather was fantastic. That is fantastic. Now, I booked this as a package, so all in prices. I didn't book it direct with Ryanair, hence why I had to pay that 59¢. But I booked it on an app called On the Beach, or a website called On the Beach. Package holiday, really good. And if you book it in advance, you can set up a payment schedule where I don't think you have to pay a majority of it until 2 weeks before you go. Now, I'm not sponsored or anything like that, but I have been using On the Beach for years for the family holidays. It is fantastic. You can sort by cheapest, you can sort by closest, you can sort all. It's really, really good. I do like On the Beach. I mean, if anyone from On the Beach is watching and they want to sponsor me, I'm happy to go away again. But yeah, so I could have actually changed my board to all-inclusive for only £61.60 more. There was an option. Now, obviously, with me being a food reviewing and going out and trying foods and having a little wander and not really being in the hotel, I didn't do that. But if that was just me personally just going away, I think I would have done that. £61.60, 15 quid a day, a couple of pints, a couple of meals. Now, from what I've been told, I didn't visit the restaurant or anything like that because obviously I wasn't all inclusive. From what I was told, the food is not great there. But I was also told that I'm going to get robbed and there were cockroaches everywhere. So it's one of them. You got to experience it for yourself, haven't you? That's what I think anyway. So, what did I spend over there? Now, obviously, I'm creating content, so I'm buying things that I wouldn't normally buy. Like, I wouldn't normally go to McDonald's if it wasn't for the video. Even though some of you guys hate that I went to McDonald's, it's just becoming a little tradition. And the full breakfast now. Got lots of hate for going for a full breakfast. I went for 2 full breakfasts in 5 days, because obviously the day home as well. 5 days out there, I went for 2 full breakfasts. But if you look back on my channel, you will see that I haven't gone for a full breakfast since Lorette de Mar 2.5 months ago. So I don't think I'm overdoing the full breakfast. It's not like I'm out filming every day full breakfast outside. You know what I mean? I feel like you need to just. And I get that people say, you go to Spain and you're wanting, you should be eating Spanish food. It's just not for me. It's just not for me. I went and had a shepherd's pie, a little wander, had a few beers. I went on the beach. I showed you guys around. And I went for a couple of breakfasts. I tried some from the Spanish supermarket in the kitchen. And I went for a Mackey's on my return day home. I tried to mix it up a bit. I did a market vlog. If you haven't seen these videos, the playlist, I'll leave the playlist in the description. I did a market vlog where I bought a 100% genuine fake bag, which I needed. I think it was good. So yeah, I had a great time. I enjoyed the filming, and hopefully the travel vlogging and things like that. I do want to mix the channel up a bit. I don't mind the kitchen reviews, but I get a bit bored. I get a bit stalled here, just in the kitchen. So I really would like to get out and about, but the problem with England is the weather. It's dreadful. You can't be filming out in the rain. It's like, it's just not ideal. And it's no secret that you see these bigger YouTubers than me, bigger channels, and they're off in the winter all the time. They're away because it's very hard to film in England when it's so grey, wet. So yeah, let's go through a few comments now. I mean, I've been at this 12.5 minutes, so maybe not too many. The first comment on the first video was from Lois Griffin 8, serial commenter on the channel. Good banter. I like this person. I'm not sure if it's a male or female, but I like this person. But what's happening, people? He's running away from his family again. That's definitely not true. I miss my girls when I'm away, but I was running away from the rain. That's good. Steve over at Bit of Munch. That's another food reviewing channel. If you haven't checked out Steve, go to Bit of Munch, and he does all food reviews as well. He said, "You're really good at doing these travel vlogs, mate. More, please." Well, that's the plan. That is the plan. 2024, I've got big plans. We'll probably go into that on another video, but yeah, 2024, I've got some big plans. That's from the Come Fly With Me video. Right, let's go to the next video and see what's that's all about. So, the hotel video, the room review. Nigel Lambert 6701 said, "Was there in September. Food was, I can't say that, but food was not great. Had to eat out every day. Didn't get robbed, and it was clean though." So, just like I just said there. And then CJ Crawford said, "You were lucky. We had it all when we stayed. Plus a few extras, i.e. mould on the walls, the smell in the bathroom was unbearable, blood on the pillows, urine stains on the very old couch, also cigarette butts everywhere, piles of rubbish all over the site." To be fair, I did see a few bits of rubbish, mattresses and whatnot, but there were skips there as well. So they were, like I say, I think they're refurbishing it, so I'm not sure. On the last day, there was a dead mouse or rat in the middle of the road, but it was outside the complex. So I'm not sure. Like I say, personal experience on that one. Okay, the next one. I went to a Spanish supermarket and bought pizza and beer. Let's see the comments on this one. I mean, Lois Griffin again, I actually pinned this comment because it's so true. Holy moly, those beers were cheap. We get ripped off so much in this country. Absolutely. The beer prices over there is ridiculous compared to here. Now, on a Saturday night, I go out I have a few beers with my friends. That's generally that's what I drink. I mean, you've probably seen our little alcohol collection up there, and it never changes because we never drink. Well, Mrs. Dino likes a gin, but I've got up there, I've got Fireball, there's a can of Skull there, and they've been there for absolutely ages. So I don't really drink at home. Usually it's going to watch football or socialising with a couple of mates. But yeah, the beer in Spain very, very cheap. Unless you want a Guinness. I found the Guinness to be a bit more expensive. €6 a pint, €5.50 a pint with the 2 Irish bars prices of Guinness. So I only had a couple, and then I went back to the Estrella, or which is a premium beer here. Estrella or Dorada or Madre. They're all available over there, and they're like €3 a beer, €2.50. And there's lots of happy hours around in Caleta de Foix, so go and check them pints out. I think I got San Miguel dinner for $2.90 on the beach. Wow, what a setting. The low alcohol lemon drink looked really refreshing and the pizza tasty. That was a decent lunch for not too much money and not too much faffing about either. That was from KPWHU. Yeah, absolutely. The pizza were decent, €3. Shove it in the oven, nice and easy. And the little €1 can, 2% alcohol, but I liked it for the taste. It tasted like a lager version of lemon Fanta, which is fantastic when you're on holiday. Okay, next up. Spend an afternoon in the sun with me in Caleta de Foix. So I went for a pint on the beach. If you haven't seen them videos, check out the playlist. I went for a pint on the beach, and then we ended up in the Irish bar for a shepherd's pie, homemade shepherd's pie as well. Wino JC3ZU said, sorry, but the food looks awful. When in Spain, eat local food, be adventurous. Go to the Step In for a nice Guinness. Now I did get recommended the Step In, but it was too late. I'd literally had, when I went into Molly's Irish bar, they said that for the breakfast, everybody said the Step In is the place to be, but it was just too late for me to go on that last day. So yeah, obviously I'm getting the standard. You would be better, Cameron RS said, would be better if you went to Spain and ate Spanish food instead of microwaved shepherd's pie in an Irish pub. It wasn't microwave shepherd's pie. It was, I saw it under the plate, under the keep warm plate. It was a homemade shepherd's pie. It was fantastic. Now, a bit strange for it to come with chips because obviously it's a potato-based product, but it was what it was. It hit the spot for me after a couple of beers and a little wander. Perfect for me. So it is what it is. AJ says, now that's proper food, looked amazing. It was really tasty. The Abandoned Hunter, that's Smithy, he says, looks a nice San Miguel, that Dino. Food looked good, top video. And another one that says, user says, we stopped tipping because everything pricey. You check how much you give them in a week, you will shocked. So go for 6 weeks and don't tip. Yeah, I like to tip, especially if they're bringing the food and the drinks over to you. I like to tip. Although there was another comment, let me see if I can find that. Must be someone who lives there or works there. Isabel Matheson said, tipping isn't expected here in Spain. Staff are paid well enough to not need tips. Anything you do leave is just a lovely treat and nobody gets upset if you leave nothing. So, yeah, I mean, if I go to the bar, like in Molly's Irish bar, for instance, obviously the bar, they let me use the Wi-Fi, so massive shout out to them to upload my videos while I was there. If I go to the bar, and they pull up, I don't leave a tip then. But if they're bringing the drinks to me or they're bringing the food to me and just clearing away after me, I feel not obliged, but I feel like they deserve it. I think. On the note of the Spanish food, I will try some Spanish food when I'm next in Spain, and so I'm planning to go to Greece next year. I've got a wedding to go to, so I'm planning on doing a few vlogs while I'm out in Greece. And I love Greek food, kebabs and things like that. So souvlaki and all that sort of thing. That's more my thing. So the biggest Spanish food is what I know you guys talk about tapas, but what is tapas really? Tomato on bread. Why is that Spanish? Croquettes. That's not Spanish. I've got them in my freezer here. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Meatballs. It's Italian. I'm just not the biggest fan of paying €5 or €6 for each individual tapas dish. I just don't understand it. It's not for me, so it probably won't happen on this channel. So if you are, I mean, if you're here from watching tapas, and I don't know how you've got here, because I've never done it and I never will. Probably not. We'll see. But when I go to Greece, I'll be definitely trying a lot of Greek food because I love that. So anyway, I go off on a tangent there, didn't I? But yeah, I'll go on to the next video. The Trafalgar breakfast, the big breakfast. It was I was supposed to be going to the Scottish bar on this one. We love your content, Dino. Jealous, looks great there. It was great. That was from Etihad Nev. Oh, that's not a Man City Etihad. And then Arthur Daniels. I can't read all that. There's too many there. Kristen said, "Are you still here?" That was 2 days ago. No, I'm not, Kristen. Apologise. I've come home a week ago. I do like I say, we're only there 4 nights and try to get like 8 or 9 videos. Try get in front. Try to. It's someone commented on and just called it a busman's holiday. That is the absolute way to do it. It's absolutely fantastic being there. But like I said, I'm basically sat at that table what you saw in the videos, editing videos, sorting out files, trying to reply to comments the best I can while I'm there, making sure that videos go out and things like that. It is a busman's holiday at the end of the day, but I like it. What a surprise! Dino ended up with a full English. No, I ain't done one since Lorette de Mar. First full English in 2.5 months. Wow. Yeah, I tried to get a full Scottish. I wanted haggis, lawn sausage, tatty scones, but it were closed. What can I do? Yeah, so that's it really. I'm not going to go on too much because it's a 22.5 minute video. I didn't expect it to be that long. But yeah, thanks for watching, and let me know what you thought about the total price. £178.40. Can't be bad, can it? Obviously minus food and things. But you had that £61.60 on for all inclusive, even though apparently the food's not great. And that would be what, 240 quid for 4 nights in the Canaries in December. Weekend as well. It's not like it was Monday to Thursday. It was over weekend. It was Thursday to Monday. Decent. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you tomorrow, right here, back in the kitchen again.
Doing a great job. Just
Did somebody say just
What's happening, people? Back in the kitchen again. Hope you're all fantastic. Would be special. Wouldn't buy that again.